Assalamu Alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and hello everyone. Today, I want to share with you about Amotivation. So, what is Amotivation? Amotivation is the absence of motivation or lack of purpose, direction, motivation or intentions. And Amotivation can cover all aspects of your life or maybe just a certain parts of your life. Sometimes we feel that, there's something wrong with me because we are demotivated, we have lack of motivations, we have lack of purpose. But guess what? Amotivation does affect everyone to a certain extent. Now, I'm going to share with you the examples of Amotivations. Sometimes when I talk to my students, when I ask about their reasons of why do they want to become a doctor, I can notice if there's any hint of Amotivation. So these are the examples, okay? Some of my students said, I don't know why, or unsure of my reason of becoming a doctor. While some others said that, I entered medical school because I had limited exposure to other courses. So this is why I want to become a doctor. While some others just want to give it a try. And I've also heard a reason where a student said, I was not accepted into the dental faculty, so that's why I chose medical school instead. So from this, we can see that there's a hint of Amotivation, lack of direction, lack of intention, lack of purpose. We can see that there's no concrete reason, concrete motivation on why they want to become a doctor. Now, we talk about Amotivation, its definitions, examples, and now let's learn on what causing Amotivation, why it happens. So there are actually 3 reasons. The first reason is when you feel that you are unable to effectively achieve your goals. So sometimes when we talk to people, when people say, there's no point in trying, or it's impossible to succeed, it's impossible to achieve my target, that's a hint that you know that they felt incompetent. So whenever you have lack of competence, you feel lacking, you are not competent to achieve your goals or targets, then it could lead to Amotivations. Second reasons is when you do behaviours that have no meaning or interest for you, especially when it fails to connect with the fulfillment of your needs. So for example, in medical school, if you don't view studying as important, if you don't find value or you are disinterested in study, you will not study. You will skip lectures. You will avoid interactions during discussion because you have lack of interest. You don't find relevance or value in doing so. And this can also lead to Amotivations. Lastly is when you do non-actions, you do nothing, or you do oppositional behavior to defy demands that are thwarting a basic need for your autonomy or relatedness. So this means that you are being defiant or resistant to influence. Let me share with you some examples. So sometimes when your autonomy is being threatened, for example in the case of medical school, if you entered medical school not because of your own wish, of your own choice, but because of something else, some of the people, then you will do nothing or the opposite behaviours to defy the demands of medical schools, to defy the demands being in medical school. Right, so that's for autonomy. And second one is relatedness, which is the need to relate, to connect with people, to each other. Try to imagine you have different pre-university educations and suddenly you enter into a new environment, medical school. So if you are unable to adapt socially, if you are unable to connect with your new friends, then it will also lead to non-action or oppositional behavior just to defy the demands, because your need for relatedness is being threatened.